Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you are. It's good to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Come in, everyone. We can start if you want to put where are you from in the chat, so we can see everyone's how international today's session is, because I know that we are people from all around the world. So feel free to share where are you tuning in from, while I am accepting more people that are joining us today. We have Colombia. Hi, Elias. Welcome. We are going to introduce today also Professor Ivana, that is going to talk about the Transformational Travel Design Program. We have Udaya from Sri Lanka, David for Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, Canada. HS, I don't know your name. HS is from the UK. Hello, everyone. Will be this recorded and sent? Yes, Debbie, we are recording this and I will send a recording after. But at the end of today's session, if you stay here and you are live, you will have the chance to ask questions to Professor Ivana or to the graduates that we have also today here to joining us and to answer your questions and to give their testimonial to you. Libby from the East Coast in US, Jody from New York, Debbie also the US, Kansas, Sri Lanka, Yellowstone. Oh, wow. I love to see all these places. Ivana's from Serbia. I am based in Ireland, by the way. I don't think I mentioned it. Yellowstone National Park. Yes, so we were recording all that. Hello, everyone who is just joining. We are introducing ourselves. Feel free to share in the chat. Where are you based? Where are you tuning in from? Karen is from near Seattle. Hi, Karen. Good to see you here today. Also, I think it's a good, I don't know if we will have time to introduce ourselves one by one because we are a quite big group today, but feel free to share your contact details in the chat because we can use also this opportunity as a networking opportunity, right? So if you have some LinkedIn or, social media or website that you want to share, feel free to put it in the chat box. Justine from Barcelona, welcome. We are accepting more people here coming in. It's so good to have all of you here. We are going to start in a few minutes to talk about the Transformational Travel Design course. And we will hear from graduates that we have and then also open for Q&A, okay? From California. Okay, guys, joining a couple of people more and we will get started. From Salzburg, great, good, very good international group today here in the room, Perfect. So, okay, do you would like to get started, Ivana? So we wait like 5 minutes of courtesy and maybe, you can take it from here.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you, and I look forward to learning more about you. Whatever I'm going to say, it's already integrated into the presentation, so that's why I'm just going to start it, and we can walk through. So again, hello everyone to our info sessions. I really love this, and whenever I have the opportunity to join Sonia's invitation, I'm here. And there are many reasons for that, but we can chat about it later. So how should I start? So our entire course, all the courses that I have taught are actually part of a journey for all of us. And since I am looking forward to sharing the journey with at least some of you pretty soon, I'm going to start by presenting myself or my journey here, or my story, and what we're joining together. So my name is Ivana. Ivana Damjanovic. I come from Serbia, I live in Serbia, and my country of origin and choice. Before joining the TTC as the head of education research, I was, and in some capacity still am, university professor, which I had been for 17 years. I taught and I had other roles like Vice Dean for International Cooperation at a couple of universities in Serbia and all over Europe, basically, mostly in Germany. And I have been in love with nature and protected areas since I can remember. So I ended up doing a PhD in sustainable tourism protected areas. And that was my original area of interest and, let's say, expertise. Did a book on that in Serbian language until I can't share, but I don't know if you'll have any use of it now until I translate it. And I have been involved with the various global organizations whose values and interests are the same as mine or similar as mine, such as GSTC and IUCN and so on. What happened? Well, what I saw that we have all invested a lot of effort in transformational, in sustainable travel, but we haven't got too far. So there was and still is a missing link. And in my research and a lot of teaching, I realized that transformational travel actually can serve as a binding thread between various global initiatives and which work against siloing of those amazing initiatives, where we can actually have a great choreographed and performed dance together towards ecosystemic and synergetic effects there. So our story, me joining the TTC, I actually got this, what we call in the transformational travel experience design, call to adventure. So I've been around and very much involved for a while, and basically joined full-time last year, a year ago, basically. And so far, I had 7 courses, which have been, for me and for my participants, I hope, beautiful and memorable and meaningful. And then on top of that, transformative experiences. So what my challenge here is today is to walk with you through the entire journey footprints, but without revealing too much in advance, because it's a part of the journey that I create for the course participants. But also I have to be mindful of what I want to keep safe. So let me try and do that. So what I want to present first is the formats that we have of the transformational travel design courses. So we have the intensive ones lasting for 3 and 5 days. And I'm going to emphasize the signature course that lasts for 5 weeks this time. And we have something which is in between these two formats, that's 5 days stretch. So, but what I want to stay on longer is the journey of the educational experience itself. So obviously, as any educational experience, people are there to acquire skills and knowledge, and that's all fine. However, why this course is a bit different from other courses that I've ever taught or participated in is that feeling, discovery, and experiencing are the embedded parts of the educational journey here. So starting from the fact that both education and travel are the most transformation potent parts of our lives, and that this journey is both professional and personal, these two being inseparably interconnected, as we talk about it a lot during the course. I want to share just a couple of things that make this journey unique. So I've been very passionate about the way people are supported and guided through the educational experience, not taught. This is what I have been applying in my university teaching for, as you see, almost 2 decades. So what I can say just in few words, that this educational journey is not a story about designing transformational travel experiences, but it is a story of all of us. So personal experiencing together with how we view who we are and who we were to how we design. And then what else is unique about this educational journey is that the same principles we kind of teach or we dwell on during the course are actually used to design and guide the course itself. So very often we serve as our own case study during the course. There is a lot of necklace beating, as I call it. So there are different elements in this journey that have a meaningful connection. So they're not separate and independent, but it's a journey from day one till we part. And basically we never part, but I'll talk about it later. And so what this also allows us, this kind of journey and design, is that I try to create the context in which we can walk in our clients' shoes, sort of, and realize how each experience that we design is different, and that the experience is actually our clients. In my case, it's my participants' journey, it's not mine. So how we're there to create the conditions conducive to transformation. And finally, why it's so specific, again, it's about the guidance and genuineness. I don't know if I can promise that. I'm sure I can't, but I'm there to support each individual participant and unique group in each course, and that's why there are no two same courses or two same journeys there. So let me just walk you short through the elements of the journey. So the journey, every journey starts about a week before course starts, actually, and then it unfolds. But as I told you, the destination might be the same, but there are no two journeys alike. So 7 times already, and that's been proven that way. And when it kind of ends, is 2 weeks after we part in the sessions, and that's when there is the deadline for capstone project completion. So I will just explain in a few words, and then feel free to ask me later about some other things here that I don't touch on. So how the journey starts, I told you with the pre-course activities, which we use to get slowly immersed in the experience, to get to know each other, but also it's an opportunity for everyone to use it for a pre-course reflection on who we were, because definitely we're going to be different every time after this experience. It gives me, as your guide, an opportunity to learn a little bit more about you with very specific questions, so I can use them to tailor the journey to your needs and who you are. And so these pre-course activities include a survey, a reading task. It depends on the format, basically. So how does this journey unfold? It depends a little bit based on which format we have of the course. In intensive courses, there's more work invested in the pre-course or pre-session days and post-session. When the capstone project is done solo, it's a little bit more relaxed in a 5-day intensive. Whereas I want to emphasize this journey of the 5-week signature. This is going to be my second 5-week signature that I have. And I'm really looking forward to that, because it allows a lot of different things that shorter formats can't. So how does this one operates? It's twice a week experience with the same topics. They're always the same, but there is a balanced approach to how we get immersed in them. So there's much more time for solo and group reflection, for contemplation. Why this course is so specific in comparison to others is that there is a time for comprehension, for integration and application. There are parts of the journey that go in between the sessions, We call them honoring, reflecting, and integrating. And capstones can be actually developed while we're in the process, so you're not kind of alone post-course in that. And of course, it allows for all of us to provide you with more support. In a 5-day intensive stretch, it's a blend of intensive and signature formats. So because of the time, there are 2-week programs I will show you later, but there are days apart between the course sessions. So that also allows a lot of time for reflection and integration of the knowledge and skills and things and so on. And when the journey kind of ends, so there is the capstone part, and there are some secret post-journey elements that I really don't want to reveal now because it would actually spoil the journey. But what I can reveal is the approach that we have. We call it knowledge gardening, because when we talk about a capstone project. So in the beginning, we prepare the soil and put the seed in the ground. That's the idea of the capstone projects or the business ideas that we want to develop. And then we nurture them to become seedlings and saplings and eventually grown plants. So I'm not going to go through too many details here, but having a capstone project is another uniqueness of the course, because for me, it's really important that you stay connected to something that's personally important and something that you're personally and professionally invested in. So choosing a capstone project idea somewhere towards the beginning of the course allows participants to actually think about that idea and wrap everything new around that idea. What I want to share more is just a few insights from the 7 courses that I have guided so far. So what my dear friends and my course participants have shared with me is that these courses have not been just educational for us all, but also emotional and professional enriching journeys. And for me, that's at least true. And these journeys are co-created. They're often memorable and meaningful experiences, but what we aim for are the transformational ones. And what I absolutely love is the community bonding that continues today. And my dear friends, Susie and Kendra, who are here today, I hope you can attest to that, because they're the campfires that you still keep and invite people joining. I love those. And what I really love is that this course is a valuable source of experience and expertise, because it comes from professionals from around the world, but it's a place to learn about transformational travel, because there is evolution there, and we're all taking part in the evolution together. So that's the most amazing thing for me, and probably it will be something that we look back to in like 10 years time and say, look, we were part of this. And I want to present just probably my favorite slide here. So if you're wondering if you should join the course, well, we've had people from in various roles from different kinds of organizations, and even people who are just jumping into travel industry. And you know, it's amazing to see people joining the travel industry for the first time and jumping into the transformational travel. That's the most amazing thing for me. And what you see here is a little bit of game that we play at the beginning and the end of our journeys. This is how we usually do feel or intend to feel by the end of the journey. And this is how we actually do. So from excited and curious to inspired and grateful is what we mostly see. Why join this journey? There's so many reasons, and I come up with them every time, new ones. But basically, if you're into a mission of creating a positive impact for your business, your clients, and the world in general, so this is a great place to be. where you can learn from and with a lot of people who are like-minded and like-hearted, who are professionals. Of course, this is one of probably the people who run businesses, one of the most important parts. And the market is ready for transformational experiences. I don't want to share too much here because we tend to stay there and dwell on that for a while during our courses. But I can say now there are scientific data that actually show that the market is ready, and we're involved in the research ourselves. But if you're interested in that, I can share that later. And of course, we have different formats. So since we're focusing today on the signature and 5-day intensive stretch, so these are a few more details on the courses. Signature is lasts for 5 weeks, and those are 2-hour sessions per week, usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And 5-day intensive stretch, those are actually 5 sessions of 5 hours a day in 2 consecutive weeks. So since I would like to invite you, and we're inviting you here today to one of these 5-week signature course, the next one starts on 14th of May, ends on 13th of June. There's the next one in October. You can see the dates. And since we have international groups like yourselves here today, these are the multiple time zones that we try to cover through these. And the next 5-day intensive stretch is in November, and this is how we're ending our year here. And these are the time zones and beginning hours. So I don't want to go too much and too far into this. I just want to say that I hope that we all are here who feel the importance of the work that we do, and hopefully that gives joy not only to ourselves, but the people around, the friends, colleagues, partners, and the communities that we work with. So that's why I can just say that I look forward to hosting you and co-creating with you, hopefully soon, but by the end of this year for sure. And feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. So I'll be happy to chat later. And I am here for any questions that you might have later. So thanks for listening. And over back to you, Sonia.
Thank you very much, Ivana. And I'm sure many people may have some questions, so I'm going to invite everyone to share it in the chat. I see already one here. Why is the price so different for the signature and the 5-day intensive? Do you want to address this one, Ivana? You are muted, Ivana.
Absolutely, sorry. Thanks. There is a very good reason, because so the length of the course also allows for more care, for more guidance, for more support, and so on. So basically, I and my colleagues are available much more for taking care of the needs of all the course participants. In shorter formats, it's a little bit impossible, because we already spend 4 or 6 days, 6 hours a day in consecutive days. So definitely we cannot cater for your needs more than the days allow. However, there is another thing there, and that's the journey that's particularly created on the platform that we have. It's a blended learning, so you're guided all the time. So there's specific activities that help guiding the journey of personal and professional enhancement and growth through this process in the longer course than the shorter ones. So that's the main reason.
Thank you. Thank you for the question. Is there a 3-day coming up?
Is there a 3-day coming up? Not really. We had 3 days. We dedicated 3 days months last year. So we had several. We had one in March. So what we want to dedicate our time to is a longer, more comprehensive journeys where people can actually immerse themselves. But however, if there is a really big interest in that, we will be able to create something like that as well by the end of the year. You're welcome.
Thank you for the question. Okay, so it's time now. Sorry, Udaya, what happens if you miss a session due to an emergency or illness?
Sure, of course, we understand that. It's never a good thing to miss a session, and nobody does that willingly, of course. But we don't do the recordings because these experiences are, you know, a lot of personal sharing, professional kind of secrets or ideas are kept there and so on. So we don't record it. But I am there, especially in the long courses, that I can assist you with what you missed and provide you with any guidance in between. So that's not a problem. I mean, we require sort of at least say 80% of the sessions to be attended, because other than that, you would lose the journey. However, that's understandable, and we're there to support. So yeah, covered.
Okay, so as I announced earlier, we have here a couple of graduates who are generously here to give you guys a testimonial to share their experience with the course. So I'm gonna talk now with Susie, Dr. Susie Ross. Are you there? Yeah, I see you here.
Yes,
How are
I'm
you?
here.
Would you like to introduce yourself and explain your experience? You know, why did you join the course? What happened? How was the experience? And where you are now after the course?
Sure. Yeah, so first, I'm just grateful to be here. I feel like the greater TTC family of pioneers, I now feel really connected to as a result of my experience. Basically, for me, I've been involved in transformative travel since around 2004. So it's a part of an important part of my life. And I did some early research on transformative travel and published it, and and came across the Transformative Travel Council recently and saw the opportunity for the 5-week course. And I thought, well, you know, I know a lot about transformative travel, you know, like I've been studying it for 20 years and transformation and whatnot. And so I know a great deal about it. So it's not like I felt like, oh, I need to learn more about this. But what I really wanted to do was I wanted to get connected to the global community of transformative travel industry leaders. And I wanted to just hear more about what are the thoughts of the leaders in Transformative Travel Council. And so I went for a very different reason than probably most of my friends and colleagues who took the class. I went because I wanted to get a heartbeat on what was going on. I wanted to get more connected to people and just hear the latest conversations and also see what TTC is doing. And I was just really delighted to see the care and thoughtfulness to which the course was designed, in a way that the course design is a teaching in itself. And I think that approach to me had a lot of integrity to it, because it showed people experientially, how do you do this? What type of framework creates transformative travel? And so I was very pleased with that. And then also the centerpiece of the model that TTC has created is in a language that's very accessible and even fun. And so I was just really pleased with the way they were able to conceptualize how exactly do you do this? Because transformation, as many of you probably are aware, is really complex, and facilitating it and guiding it is even more complex. So so they made these complexities distilled into something that was right on target and also very accessible, along with like really important little gems along the way that are details that I don't see as often. So that was that. And then what was it like to on the outset, like when I was finished, I was surprised at how the capstone project was something that is catalytic for me and for many of my friends that I developed in the class. And I like the openness of the project. Like, I'm a really busy person, just like everyone here. Like, how do you have time to do something like this? And it was so open, and Evana did a beautiful job kind of helping us towards our own capstone project, which of course now this course has kind of catalyzed like a next journey in my life. So it's really helped to catalyze what's next for me in my life, and help propel me forward in my own dream and aspirations. So that's been really fun.
Thank you, Susie. That was a beautiful explanation of the before, during, and after the course, and the job that Ivana is doing. That is difficult to explain and put into words, but I think you did very, very good job. Thanks for that. If you have questions also for Susie, feel free to share it in the chat, guys. So you have also the opportunity to ask to people who have already taken the course, as well as to Professor Ivana. And I would like also to hear from Kandra. Kandra Canning, I know you are there. I see you. How are you? It's good to have you here.
Hi, I'm traveling. I'm in my hotel room sitting here on the bed.
Yes. We are all around the world, traveling all the time.
There's no deck. There's no desk. I'm like, who has no desk? Anyway, very similar to Susie, who is in my little campfire that we keep surrounding to continue this conversation. Joining a group of pioneers that really are up to something was really powerful for me. I didn't really know what I was going to do with this course, but the two words transformation and travel are like my two favorite things in the world. So I was attracted to it without really a concept of what I was going to do. I am a leadership coach, and I do a lot of work in corporate culture. And I have many destination management clients. So what's catalyzed from that is a way to be intentional, to take travel from just being travel to really an experience that transforms people and is integrated. And so the steps around integration and learning the importance of that were really stand out for me. Having a group of people who understand this language, who care about the intentionality, and like Susie said, that each touch point that was intentionally designed throughout the course kind of blew your mind, and then you can sit with it and integrate it. And I'll give an example that's just so funny, because I had big and little experiences. The big experiences are that this even exists, and there's this whole campfire. I mean, that there's a whole group of people. The little experiences are something like this. I had a little boy visit me recently, and like an auntie experience, and I designed the entire experience for him. And so it's like in your everyday life, you can be more intentional about the experiences and the richness that you're creating for people, and help them hold it in a way that actually changes their life. So that's beautiful. And like you said, it's really hard to describe it. But the final thing I'll say, because I was a little nervous about the capstone project, is that it takes its own organic shape, and you think it's one thing, and then it becomes something else, and it's still transforming for me. And along the way, I've done 10 things that I never even imagined that I would. So it's really a catalyst. If you love this concept, it's really a catalyst for you. And I would just say, jump in, because you'll meet people and have your mind blown in ways that you didn't really think were possible.
Beautiful said. Thank you, Kandra. And I can see here Karen is asking if you would like to share some examples of capstone projects Would you like to share, Kendra? And I will ask after Susie.
Oh, okay. Well, here's an example. I was doing something around that. I love the study and the neuroscience of the emotion of awe. And in my capstone project, I created some structure around awe walks and folding in the science of that. And I've also developed a talk on what the making of a meaningful life and what are the elements of that. It's like there's 10 things that have come from it. This little capstone project has blown into all of these things. There were other projects around family culture and sort of partnering within our group. And Susie can talk about her project, but there was an array of different projects. People were doing destination management kinds of things, enhancing the cultural connection and heritage to their programs. There's so many things. Okay, I think I answered Karen's question. So there you go. Susie,
Yes.
you want to go?
Yeah, let's hear from Susie as well if she wants to add anything.
My project took a meandering road as well. I think the whole class did, and I think that's probably typical. And where I landed was because I've done transformative travel in the past, and I'm not necessarily right now wanting to create a transformative travel company type of thing. But the company that I am interested in, which is very much still in the realm, is I'm interested in helping people to integrate the life-changing experience of having psychedelic medicine. And so it's like travel, but internal travel. And so I've done the external travel now for a while, and now I'm really interested in the internal travel of what it's like to heal through psychedelic medicine. So I'm creating a company to help people to integrate that life-changing experience. So mine was definitely an outlier, my guess is, but yet everything from the course was feeding it, because it's still this sort of travel experience. And I'm just really grateful for the community around me after the class has ended that is still supporting me towards my goals. So I feel like I'm not all by myself trying to do something, you know? So that's been an important, and Kendra was directly related to that, because Kendra created this campfire thing after it ended. And so there's a group of us that continue to get together, which has been fun.
Yeah, that's one of the most beautiful things about the course, not only about the experience, but after, and the bonding and the community that's created after that. So I think, yes, Karen got her question answered. And by the way, I know, Karen, you are an ally, so members of the allyship community have a 15% discount in the course, okay? So if you are thinking about joining both the course and the allyship community, it's a better idea to join first the allyship, so then you will have the code to have the discount for the course as well. So you can reach out if you are interested on that. What else? What else? We have time for more questions. So I'm sure sometimes people think their questions is very specific and they don't dare to ask, but I can tell you, if you are wondering something, chances are more people here in the room are also having the same question. So this is your chance. If you prefer to put it in the chat, go ahead. If you prefer to open your mic, raise your hand, and I will take the question from you. So use this opportunity. We have here the facilitator, Professor Ivana. We have 2 graduates from the course, 2 transformers here. So this is your chance to ask questions. Karen, go ahead.
I have questions. And thank you, Sonia, because I've asked Sonia questions already. I already know that I'm going to miss at least one class if I do it. And I also, when I look at the calendar, I have concerns about some of the other classes. And my main question is, I don't want to impact a group experience. So, and looking at the calendar, I can't do the next 2 classes either. Plus, I want to do it right now. I'm really excited about it. if I am missing classes, or if I'm not 100% present, or if I miss 20 minutes of a class, does that impact others, or is it just myself? Because I'm a really great student and I know I can catch up, but I don't want to have an impact on anyone else.
I'm gonna answer that. Just you having this question makes me wanna say, come on, Karen, join us whenever you can. I mean, you're being mindful of the entire group dynamics, and I'm sure it will not, in a way. I've never had met a person who had a situation like you described. So somebody drives a kid to school or whatever, and that's never impacted. I mean, somehow it's created more bond between people, understanding that there is a real life going parallel to our magic garden life that we have there. So no, just you being mindful of that is, I would really love to have you in the class. It wouldn't be disruptive for you either. As you said, I'm sure you're a great student, but you would be supported there, so that's okay. I hope that helps.
A lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Karen, for asking the question.